kicked off in 2025 and will be rolled out to 52 Aduma centers, with more to be added in the future. In parallel to this, we will be converting 2 million paper-based finger cards, which will be inserted into the new system for digital access. The new IMBIS system is twice as fast as the old system and has an increased throughput, which has resulted in sub-second response times with direct access into the e-citizen portal. And as you've seen this morning, this has reduced the application's wait time from weeks to minutes before they receive their PCC on their phones. And this is the first step in moving towards a paperless digital future. We're also implementing 2 pilot sites at Ngong and Kasarani police stations for the digital enrollment of criminals, and that's using our live scan devices. The hope is that in the near future, we can extend these services to other police stations across the country, using either a live scan device for the busy police stations or otherwise an MTOP mobile device for the less busy ones. This MTOP mobile device is a small device that can do digital rolled fingerprints and also has ability to capture the palm through clever reconstruction technology, considering the size of the device and the screen. The MTOP mobile device can also be used for policing on the go, to check for criminals, and it also has a crime scene feature through the ICVS, which I think we could possibly look at in future. The system has been built to be future-proofed, and I think we're only limited by our imagination as to how we can use this technology to bring new services to the people of Kenya and to the efficiency of the government. The implementation of these new technologies and systems like this always come with their own challenges, but together with the DCI project team, we have met our stated goals and expectations. And I can proudly stand here and announce that we are now officially live with the IMBIS system. Thank you, sir.
Maybe you forgot to mention his name is Mr. Gary, G-A-R-Y. Together with a colleague, Mr. Bruno, maybe you can stand up and wave to the CS. Mr. Bruno, where are you? Oh, all the way. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. CS, at this point, allow me to also mention that this project, although Mr. Gary did not mention, our estimation is that it's at 80% complete. So we still have some 20% to complete. With your permission, CSR, may I request the implementation team, wherever you are, just stand up and wave. Implementation team, please stand up very quickly. That is the team that is working with Mr. Gary and Mr. Bruno. Thank you so much. At this point, Chief Getsa, I wish to invite a representative from ECTAB or the US Embassy. Either. They have not arrived? Okay, we'll move on. When they arrive, maybe they'll get a chance, but I'm not sure they will. DCI Choir, kindly, very quick interlude of music.
Happy
Thank you. Let's appreciate the DCI choir. In the place of Anna, who was traveling all the way from the US, from ECTAP, I think we will have a representative, Mr. Mungai, who will also present the certificate that has been awarded to FEMO. Mr. Mungai, where are you? Idawa, the certificate, very quickly. Yeah, speak from here. Mr. Mungai is one of our trainers with ECTA, but he feels inadequate to give a speech or remarks on behalf of ECTA. But nonetheless, he says he can present a certificate on behalf of ECTA. So, CSA, I will invite you to come down and receive the certificate from Mr. Mungai.
Handover applause kindly. We can do better than that. Now it is officially
this point, Chief Guest, kindly allow me to invite our CEO, the DCI, who is our host, to give his remarks and also give an opportunity maybe to one or two to make their remarks. Welcome, sir.
Our Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, the Inspector General, National Police Service, Mr. Douglas Kanja, DIG, Administration Police Service, Mr. Masengeli, the Commissioner General, Kenya Prisons, Mr. Randu, the Chairman, National Police Service Commission, Dr. Yuda Komura, our DPP, Mr. Renson, Secretary of Administration, and all our protocols observed. Good morning. Today marks a very, very defining moment for scientific policing in Kenya as we celebrate two milestones that underscores the National Police Service commitment to professional excellence, evidence-based investigation, and technological innovation. That is the international accreditation of the Forensic Evidence Management Unit and the launch of the multi-biometric identification system. These achievements reaffirm the government's resolve to build a criminal justice system founded on integrity, driven by innovation and guided by excellence. Though distinct in purpose, they share one objective, which is strengthening public confidence in the institutions entrusted with protecting our nation and administering justice. The Forensic Evidence Management Unit was established within the National Police Service Forensic Laboratory to safeguard the integrity of our forensic exhibits throughout their life cycle and maintain an unbroken chain of custody in line with international quality standards. Today's accreditation served by ANSI National Accreditation Board confirms that our evidence management processes indeed meet the global benchmark for property and evidence control units. This achievement instills greater confidence among investigators in the integrity and reliability of our forensic evidence. It strengthens prosecutions, reinforces judicial trust in our processes, and most importantly, reassures the Kenyan public that all evidence is handled with the highest levels of professionalism, impartiality, and accountability. By meeting rigorous international standards, we are restoring and deepening public faith that exhibits are protected from contamination, tampering, or loss throughout the entire chain of custody of our exhibits. Furthermore, sir, this milestone makes the National Police Service Forensic Laboratory home to Africa's first internationally accredited forensic evidence management unit, firmly placing Kenya among the leading jurisdictions embracing global best practices in the area of forensic science. I wish to sincerely thank the ANSI National Accreditation Board for conducting a rigorous and exacting assessment and the International Criminal Investigative Training Assistance Program, known as ICTAP, through the U.S. Embassy for their outstanding technical expertise support, their dedicated mentorship, and continued collaboration, which have been instrumental in achieving this milestone. Our second milestone, sir, is the launch of the MBIS version 5, which represents a significant leap in biometric identification and public service delivery. Replacing the automated palm and fingerprint identification system that has served Kenya since 2016, the new platform integrates fingerprint, palm print, and facial recognition into a single, secure, and scalable database that is capable of processing biometric data with greater speed, accuracy, and reliability. For investigators, NBIS enhances suspect identification, latent fingerprint analysis, and the investigation of some of the complex cases that we deal with on a daily basis. For the justice system, sir, it delivers a more reliable biometric evidence. And for the public, it promises faster police clearance certificate processing and thus reducing the turnaround time from approximately 14 days to as little as 1 day under optimal operating conditions. Integration, sir, with digital government platforms will also enable electronic applications, digital fingerprint capture, real-time status tracking, and online access to completed certificates. My sincere appreciation goes to the government of Kenya through the Ministry of Interior and National Administration for its continued investment in modern policing, to the Inspector General of the National Police Service for its leadership, and to e-citizen services under the leadership of the able DG Ambassador Ocheng, to the Huduma Kenya Secretariat, and to our partners, ANAP, ECTAP, and IDEMIA, for strengthening our institutional capacity. I will also wish to commend every forensic scientist, investigator, ICT analyst, project manager, and support staff whose dedication has made today's achievement possible. As the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, we remain steadfast in our commitment to our vision of excellence in criminal investigations for a secure and prosperous Kenya. We shall continue, sir, to champion innovation, uphold the highest standards of professionalism, and work tirelessly to deliver justice with integrity. So with those very few remarks, it is now my pleasure to welcome the DIG APS to make a few remarks. Thank you, sir.
The Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Honorable Murkomen, EGH, the Inspector General of National Police Service, the Director Criminal Investigation, Mr. Amin, the Director Public Prosecution, Mr. Renson Ikonga, the Chair National Police Service Commission, Dr. Amani Komora, the Commissioner General of Prisons, PAS, Madam Panis, senior government officers, development partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you have to have that strength because what we are achieving today is a milestone and Singapore has been brought back home. It is my privilege to join you today as we celebrate two landmark achievements that mark another important step in the transformation of policing and administration of justice in Kenya. The accreditation of the Forensic Evidence Management Unit by the ANSI, National Accreditation Board, and the launch of the Multi-Biometric Identification System, APIS version 5, demonstrates the National Police Service commitment to professionalism, innovation, and adoption of internationally recognized standards in policing. These milestones are a source of pride for the entire National Police Service. They reflect what can be achieved when Kenya Police Service and the Administration Police Service and the Directorate of Criminal Investigation work together towards a common vision of delivering efficient, technology-driven, and citizen-centered policing. I commend the government through the Ministry of Interior and National Administration and the Office of the Inspector General for their continued leadership and investment in modernizing our security institutions. I also congratulate the Director of Criminal Investigations, the National Police Service Forensic Laboratory, and officers whose dedication and professionalism have made today's achievement possible. Together, these institutions strengthen the integrity of forensic evidence, chance to investigate capability, and improve the efficiency of service delivery to the public, particularly the processing of police clearance certificate. More importantly, they reinforce public confidence in our criminal justice system and position the National Police Service to respond more effectively to emerging security challenges. The Administration Police Service remains fully committed to supporting this initiative and working closely with our sister services to ensure that this investment translates into better security, stronger institutions, and improved service delivery to all Kenyans. Congratulations once again in this historic achievement. Thank you, and may God bless Kenya.
Thank you very much, DIG APS, Mr. Gilbert Masengeli, for those wonderful remarks. It is now my pleasure to welcome the Chairman, National Police Service Commission, and our employer to say a few remarks, and thereafter to be followed by our DPP, Mr. Renson. Karibu, Daktari.
Thank you. Our chief guest this morning, Waziri Murkomen, our IG, our DPP, our Commissioner General Prisons, DAG, Sengeli, Administration Secretary, Madam Banis, all protocols observed. Allow that I take a very short moment just to convey our deepest congratulations to you, Bwana Amin, on this major milestone, actually two major milestones, when actually we are launching the MBIS, which we have all experienced shortly, is a tremendous innovation that transforms policing, as well as the moment of receipt of the accreditation certificate, which then forms part of continual improvement for service delivery within DCI and by extension, the National Police Service. We fully, as National Police Service Commission, I stand here to give Bwana Waziri our unwavering support and commitment and the goodwill that the service needs to continue providing efficient services to the common mwananchi. As partners in this, we will continue to provide the necessary HR advisory support services to the service, working collaboratively with the IG, who is a member of the commission, together with the DAGs, to ensure that we have a top-notch service that delivers high-class services to Kenyans. With those few remarks, allow that I stop there, and again to congratulate you, Bwana IG, Bwana DCI, Bwana IG, and the entire team on these two major milestones. God bless us all. God bless Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, for those wonderful remarks. So now, with your permission, let me invite our DPP, Mr. Renson, and thereafter maybe the DG e-citizen sir has played a very, very critical role. Maybe I will give him 2 minutes as well to say a few things.
Yeah, thank you very much, DCI, for that warm reception. The CS Interior, Honorable Murkomen, IG, Mr. Kanja, Commissioner General Prisons, Mr. Randu, DIG APS, Gilbert Masengeli, and let me ride on protocols which have already been established and to say good morning, everyone. I'm excited to be here this morning for this great milestone that the DCI, to a great extent the National Police Service, has achieved in what is being launched today. As a key stakeholder in criminal justice system, I can only say that congratulations. You know very well the DPP is at the tail end of investigations. I believe this is one of the best things that have happened in the recent times in Kenya. As DIG said, the Singapore we have today. These are things we have seen in other parts of the world where we've traveled and see things work this way. I was excited when I saw that within about 2 minutes, you have your clearance certificate. Something Kenyans have been taking 2-3 months before they get. When we prosecute, at the end of prosecution, we are asked by the court, or we are expected by the court, to say whether this person is a first offender or a perennial offender. But in most cases, we are unable to do that because our systems of capture have been manual. So it is not easy for you to be able to tell the court that this is either a first offender or a perennial offender. But with what I've seen today, I'm certain sure that now we'll be able to tell the court the truth and the facts that will help us fight criminal gangs. Because that aspect alone gives the court the best discretion when passing sentences, because most of our sentences are discretionary. And we always expect that if somebody is a first offender, is treated differently from a perennial offender. That is when the message is sent that when you continue committing crimes, this is what happens. So this is a big milestone, and you can be sure you'll get the enough support or the support that you expect from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions insofar as criminal or prosecution of these criminal persons is concerned. And of course, besides that, is what I've witnessed this morning on how evidence is supposed to be collected and analyzed. The beauty is, if what I saw is anything to go by, the investigator is expected not to interact with the analyst when analyzing evidence. Because always that is what compromises the kind of evidence we expect or we receive when we want to make a decision to charge. So from what I've seen, I expect now forensic analysis will be something different from what we've seen in the past. And on this note, I'll say again, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Yeah, asante sana DPP Mr. Reson for those wonderful remarks. May I now invite Ambassador Uche to make a very, very brief remark before I invite the Inspector General. Ambassador Karibu.
Thank you, Bwana Amin, the host today. Waziri wetu Bwana Kipchumba Murkomen, mkuu wa polisi Bwana Kanja, Bwana Masengeli, mkuu wa administration police, na mkuu wa commission of prisons, then the chairman of the police commission. Yangu ni machache, Bwana Waziri, yangu ni kumpatia hongera Bwana DCI kwa kazi nzuri ambayo amefanya, na sisi kama e-citizen That hilo ndilo lengo letu, realization of the digitized government. That is what His Excellency the President had promised Kenyans, and we have delivered. So far, Bwana Waziri, we have onboarded over 24,000 services. The revenues have shot up. The transparency in the collection, and also we are also seeing now the transparency in criminal justice. That is where to go. This is where the first world is. So when you hear us saying that we are on our way to Singapore, that is the Singapore that we are all envisaging that we want to go before the end of this year. Kwa hayo machache nasema hongera, hongera, and God bless you. Thank you, Waziri.
Asante sana DG Citizen for those remarks. It is now my pleasure, sir, to invite the Inspector General to make his remarks, and thereafter invite you, sir. Inspector General, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohamed Amin, the Director, DCI, our Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Interior and National Administration, Mheshimiwa Kipchumba Murkomen, the Chair, National Police Service Commission, the DIG Administration, Police Services, Mr. Gilbert Masegeri, the Director of Public Prosecutions, Lanson Igonga, Commissioner General of the Kenya Prison Services, the Director General, East Citizen Services, Ambassador Ochieng, our Secretary of Administration and Accounting Officer, Madam Banis, senior commanders, invited guests, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Sir, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to the DCI headquarters for the official launch of the Biometric Identification System, the MBIS, at the head of a ceremony of the ANSI, National Accreditation Board, certificate to the Forensic Evidence Management Unit of the DCI that you have just received. This event marks a major step forward in our pursuit of modern, efficient, and technologically driven National Police Service. On behalf of the entire National Police Service, and on my own behalf, I extend our sincere gratitude for your presence here today. It stands as a powerful testament to your unwavering commitment to the reform agenda within the National Police Service, and to the government's dedication to ensuring that our officers are equipped with the systems and tools necessary to deliver justice and security to the people of Kenya. We thank you for gracing this occasion and for your steadfast leadership. As we are all aware, the operational environment of the police officers is becoming increasingly sophisticated, transnational, and technology-driven. To respond effectively, policing must evolve accordingly. To achieve this, the reform journey of the National Police Service has been deliberate, sustained, and guided by a singular vision to build a professional, accountable, and law-anchored police service. Over the years, we have made significant progress, and today we celebrate two landmark achievements that crown this transformation. Both are linked to the National Police Service Forensic Laboratory. The laboratory is a jewel of our investigative architecture, which has evolved from a supportive unit into the very engine of modern criminal investigation. The first milestone is the upgraded state-of-the-art biometric identification system. This system is a game changer and will provide the necessary impetus to the National Police Service Forensic Laboratory, enabling it to play an even more crucial role in delivering expert, scientific, and technical support nationwide. Beyond processing police clearance certificates, the laboratory offers accurate forensic analysis and evidence examination, significantly enhancing the effectiveness of investigations for the National Police Service and all other law enforcement agencies alike. The second milestone is equally historic. The handover of the ANAB Accreditation Certificate to the Forensic Evidence Management Unit is a movement of international recognition. This certificate is a global seal of approval, confirming that the National Police Service Forensic Laboratory has met and surpassed rigorous international standards in competence, quality assurance, and evidence management. These achievements are not merely a victory for the police. They are major wins for the entire criminal justice system, as our DPP mentioned. As such, I take this opportunity to thank His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, CG8 and President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, for his visionary leadership and the steadfast support from his administration. To the Ministry of Interior and the entire government of Kenya, we express our profound gratitude. The investment in equipment, logistics, and officer welfare has been the cornerstone of the transformation. Without it, the milestone we celebrate here today would remain elusive aspirations. I also acknowledge the Director DCI, Mr. Mohamed Amin, for your bold, visionary, and strategic leadership of the Directorate. Your personnel too are doing excellent work out there. Finally, to all the officers of the National Police Service, particularly those in the DCI and the Forensic Laboratory, let this day serve as motivation. The government has provided the tools. The people expect results. We must serve our persons promptly, professionally, and in a dignified manner. Equally, take good care of these assets and embrace the technology for better service delivery. Today, the National Police Service reaffirms its steadfast commitment to digitization, innovation, and operational excellence for a safe and prosperous society. I thank you all. It is now my singular honor and the duty, and let us be upstanding first of all. It is now my singular honor and duty to invite our chief guest, Mheshimiwa Kipchumba Murkomen, to deliver his address. Welcome, sir.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. The Inspector General of Police, the Chairman of the National Police Service Commission, the Director of Public Prosecutions, the DPP. We have here also the Commissioner General of our prisons. We have our DIG APS. We have our DCI. We also have our Director in charge of eCitizen. And other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. Thank you very much for having me here. Mr. IG, thank you for inviting me for this very important occasion. And thank you for the warm welcome for the trip we've gone around this institution that is very important for our country, but also located in a very serene and very good working environment. I've always joked to DCI that this is where the cabinet secretary should be working from, not in the in the noisy Rambe Avenue. And thank you also for DCI for, I didn't know that investigators can sing. So I'm very happy to have enjoyed the DCI choir, which is a very important side of our lives, that beyond just investigating crimes, we also have other responsibilities in life. Today marks a defining moment in the transformation of Kenya's security architecture, an important milestone in our shift from traditional policing to a modern, science-driven, and citizen-centered justice system. The international accreditation of the Forensic Evidence Management Unit and the launch of the Multi-Biometric Identification System, MBIS, ABIS version 5, are a clear demonstration of our commitment to modernization, institutional reform, and improved service delivery. We are here today because Kenya policing is changing. We are moving away from the old style policing towards something built on science, technology, and institution more attuned to the needs of the ordinary citizens. We're moving away from gossip-based collection of evidence to science. I saw some other former politician, an impeached former leader, saying that he's very well connected to our police officers, and he collects gossips every day because he's not busy, unlike the president. Now we want to tell them that that was very old style of collection of evidence. We have moved to a very modern police driven by science and technology. We don't need this gossip to run the National Police Service. Today's handover puts Kenya on the global map as having Africa's first internationally accredited forensic evidence management unit. This is a strategic national asset, one that will make our justice system stronger and give Kenyans more reasons to trust it. I wish to congratulate the Inspector General, the Director of Criminal Investigations, and the ministry, all the ministries involved, including our Huduma centers and every officer and partner who helped us get here, including the e-Citizens Department. Under the leadership of His Excellency President William Ruto, the government has placed the security sector modernization at the heart of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. A prosperous and a secure nation cannot be built on outdated systems. We must continuously invest in technology, innovation, and institutional excellence to meet the evolving demands of public safety. During our Jukwaa la Usalama forums, we had the same complaints over and over again. Police clearance certificates take too long. Investigations drag on because of evidence is not managed well. And people lose faith when things move slowly or feel hidden from their view. Today is our answer to those complaints. For over 100 years, our Forensic Fingerprint Identification Bureau has helped identify criminals. In 2016, we introduced APFIS, and it served us well for its time. But no reform stands still. The demands on us have grown, and it's time for the next step, something faster and something smarter. That next step is the Multi-Biometric Identification System, MBIS. Consider the numbers. With this landmark development, our records capacity jumps from 2 million to 10 million. Daily fingerprint searches go from 4,500 to 20,000. The turnaround time, 14 days or more, will now be reduced to just 24 hours. To unlock the system's full potential, and because MBIS is designed for seamless and secure data sharing, we look forward to linking it with the National Registration Bureau, the Judiciary, Immigration, and Interpol through the necessary legislative and policy interventions. This will enable faster identification, verification, real-time intelligence sharing, and more effective
cross-border cooperation. This is really huge. Where we are moving in the next few months is going to be really, really very important for us, that at a click of a button, the DPP will know whether somebody is first offender or habitual offender. And it will be also easy for businesses and service providers to understand and know their customers better as we integrate it with the National Bureau of Statistics. And therefore, persons who in the past have slipped through the system will no longer do so, because the records will be very clear. We will know who you are. And that is really what it means in practice. It means that Kenyans will get faster, more reliable services. We will also be rolling our biometric enrollment to police stations nationwide, so investigation can move faster and services reach people closer home. I want to say that this is a game changer. As I said, people will not be slipping through the system even as you undertake investigations. It will make us to be in a position to deal with criminals very faster. But also, just imagine, we were with some citizens who had come to queue, and they knew that they are coming to apply their, they had already applied their police clearance certificates online. So they were coming here to do the fingerprints the old way, with ink all over. Some were even carrying, those who had done the fingernails, were coming with very important wipes to take care of their fingernails and fingers. And they were hoping that they will get their clearance certificates in the next 2-3 weeks, 1 month. I saw in their faces really some level of excitement when they, at an instant, within 2 minutes, they had their police clearance certificate, and they were joyous and happy. And I look forward to this service really making every Kenyan across the country happy. But it's also going to make criminals sad. Those who have slipped through the system over time, this combination of these two services will make it very difficult for them to survive and to go through. And without really joking, this is a very serious statement. If these systems were there in place for many years, people like Rigathi Gachagua would not have survived the system over the years. To survive as a habitual offender, as a DO, until he sneaked through the system to be our deputy president. Such things will never happen again with this very important technology advancement. This accreditation means our chain of custody for evidence now meets international standards. Evidence will be collected, stored, and presented properly, which means stronger prosecutions and more convictions from our courts. It also sends the message that our forensic evidence is now benchmarked globally, and our investigations are better equipped than ever to hold offenders accountable. It also positions Kenya as a regional leader in forensic science and sends a strong message to criminals. Our investigative capabilities are stronger, and our justice system is increasingly equipped to hold offenders accountable. We have made progress in other areas too. Our chemistry, biology, bomb disposal, and cyber and digital forensic units are working towards similar accreditation. We are deepening our partnership with ANAP, ICITAP, and other international bodies. It is gratifying to know that these reforms, while a result of benchmarking with best practices, are Kenya-owned and Kenya-led, built around our priorities, which are digital transformation, professionalism, and governance based on data, not guesswork. Where are we headed to? 3 principles will guide the future policing in Kenya. First is technological sovereignty, including systems like the multi-biometric identification system that give us real-time intelligence while keeping citizens' data safe. Second is professional excellence. This means holding every forensic and investigative function to international standards. So justice rests on evidence, not influence. And third is service that puts citizens first, using technology to cut red tape and build public trust in the police. We will not stop until every police station, every investigator, and every forensic unit meets its standards. The ministry will keep providing the policy direction, the budget, and the coordination needed to keep this going. To our development partners, please keep working with us. And this will make really the more difference. To ANAP and ICITAP, thank you for believing in this vision and standing by us. To the men and women of the National Police Service and the DCI, thank you for your professionalism. You are making Kenya safer. And to the people of Kenya, this belongs to you. It reflects a government that listens and delivers, and one committed to building a modern, professional, and accountable security system that serves every citizen with efficiency, integrity, and fairness. What we celebrate today is one milestone in a longer journey. More accreditations are coming. More systems will be upgraded. More reforms are already underway. Let me just give you a brief preview of what we are planning to do. As you very well know, we are undertaking currently the procurement process for the IC4, Integrated Command, Control, and Computation System that will ensure that we have coverage of CCTV cameras in 6 towns in Kenya, which includes the 5 cities of Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, Eldoret, and Kisumu, and also Nyeri town. The objective is to ensure that we leverage on technology, and this technology, just like the technology that DCI has now launched today, will ensure that we have all the biometric, but also we have facial recognition systems fully supported by AI systems that can, with data analytics, that will ensure that we will then have more areas of our urban areas properly covered. We will hope also to partner with private sector. When we visited the city of New York, NYPD, the New York Police Department, I was pleased to note that the private sector in New York City is working closely with the police department by ensuring that their own private CCTV cameras are integrated with the one for the police, and it helps a great deal to ensure that every corner of our urban areas are properly covered. We are a really faster growing urban population, and it's estimated that by 2050 we will have more than half of the population of Kenya in urban areas, and it's important that we start by ensuring that these places are covered with proper cameras. We will have also command centers, 6 command centers and 1 national command center. This procurement process, which is going on, will be completed soon, and once it's done, it is also going to come together with digital OB, the digital occurrence book. What does that mean? It means that people of Kenya will report crimes at home, at workplace, where it happens in situ, to ensure that reports are going to be done well, and that it will be analyzed and will tell us what are the crime trends in which parts of the country. And then we can easily have proper interventions. We will be able to know which area has defilements, are prone to robberies, prone to goods and all kind of criminal elements in across the country. And that is important because we are the highly digital government in the world. I don't think there is any other government in the world that can challenge Kenya when it comes to digitization of its services. When this government came to office, I still see a clip that the president promised then when he came to office that we will digitize 5,000 services. And I see some people still, sharing that clip as though we have not achieved that. We have moved from 5,000 that the president mentioned then, I think it was 2023, to 24,000 services that have been digitized. And we continue with that process. And that is why you saw the other day to protect these services and to protect citizen data, we have established a national cyber security agency that is now it is now properly anchored in law, passed by cabinet, anchored in law, and we are in the process of establishing the staff that are going to serve in that very important department. I tell you that with these services, and we are going to put all the police stations to have CCTV cameras so that we can be able to monitor service delivery in the police stations. It's going also to be, followed by providing the tablets that we promised to all our chiefs, and they will be able to report incidences of criminal incidents, but also dispute resolution cases and administrative issues across the country. That way, we are going to really reform this sector. Jukwaa la Usalama last year gave us a great opportunity to assess the things we were going through, and I want to assure you, Mr. Inspector General of Police, I know that we are planning to operationalize this laboratory in the next 3 to 5 years. But with the consultations we are having with Treasury and considering the A&A raised by this department from the services they provide, we are going to cut that time to become shorter, to even at most 2 years, to ensure that this laboratory is going to be fully functional and can be able to serve the people of Kenya and serve them well. We want to ensure that there are no incidences that we can say as a country that we are unable to investigate, or that it's taking time for us to investigate, because we want to be aided by our laboratory and science. The last thing I want to say, I would not have said these things, but allow me to say this this morning, IG. These are things I would never really have responded to. Had it not been that some Kenyans take some of these reckless statements made by former leaders and leaders out there. First of all, I want to tell you, IG, that I have full, let me say very full support and faith in your leadership of the National Police Service. I believe you are competent, properly identified by His Excellency the President, that you were vetted by Parliament, and since you assumed the office as the Inspector General of Police, you have carried out your duties with dignity, with honor, with respect to the citizens of Kenya, and respect of your office. You have not, there is no pending impeachment motion against you. It means that as the IG of the Republic of Kenya, the people of Kenya have faith in you. No petition has come in that you should be impeached or removed from office. And I want to say that your neighbor, your village neighbor, who was a former deputy president and who was properly impeached and voted out of office by both National Assembly and the Senate, and affirmed by the High Court, has always come for you, and always disparate your capabilities and your office. I must tell the people of Kenya that we have a very competent IG who is fully in charge of his work, and the work of the National Police Service is moving forward. Number two, I want to say that Kenya is safer, more secure than ever before. There has never been a period in the Republic of Kenya that there are fewer incidences of terror attacks, of banditry, of criminal robberies, of all kinds of theft. The statistics speak for itself. The National Police Service, under the leadership of the President, and with the investment that this administration has put in place, has made very great strides to protect this country. And it has become better because we work together with our defense, with the NIS. All the agencies of Kenya are working together in a multi-agency approach, and we have been able to secure our country. When we came to office in 2022, going to 2023, it was a very difficult period in Kenya. Banditry was, was happening every day. People were crying, women were crying, people were not in school, children were not in school, people were not in their farms. Today, in Baringo, in Elgeyo Marakwet, in West Pokot, in parts of, in Laikipia, in parts of Samburu, we have a general calm because of the investment that this institution, the National Police Service, has done, and by the government of Kenya. So for anyone to stand out there and say Kenya is not safe, that tourists should not be in our country, that is really embarrassing. And for someone aspiring to hold any public office, I know why Mr. Gachagua speaks the way he does. It's because of desperation. By knowing that he cannot hold office again in Kenya and he can never be president of this republic, he wants to do a Samson, to take the entire nation, including its economy, down the drain with himself. We are not going to allow that. And I must say that Kenyans and Kenya should not be fed with a lot of lies that are unregulated. And I want to tell media houses, when you invite such reckless human beings to your media houses, please, for God's sake, carry with you a lie detector so that every time you ask him a question, the lie detector will sound. Otherwise, you are going to be misleading the people of Kenya and driving wage and bad language and bad behavior to our country. I must say that this is really very demoralizing to see that anyone. But there is one thing that I'm very happy about Kenyans. Very happy that the opposition, and I can tell you, being a cabinet secretary of Interior, I know what I'm saying. The opposition, all the opposition leaders and all the government leaders agree on only one thing. There is one thing they agree unanimously, that Mr. Gachagua must not hold any public office again, ever. And even those who are hanging around him in the opposition, they are just hoping that he will never run for any office forever. So even when he's delusional and he thinks that he's being cheered by the others, I want to tell him that all those opposition leaders are like an hyena that follows a human hand, hoping that it will fall. And for sure, they know that Gachagua has fallen already. I want to say here, for avoidance of doubt, we take cases that are brought before DCI very seriously. And the DCI takes his job very seriously. The Inspector General of Police is not under the command of the CS Murkomen, who was mentioned yesterday 388 times in a TV interview. My name was Murkomen, but for God's sake, my name is Murkomen. But even though I was referred to Murkomen 388 times, I want to say that I have no authority to direct the Inspector General of Police in performance of his duties to investigate and to carry out policing responsibilities. I can only give policy directions and support the department. I believe the DCI officers who are here are well-trained officers to investigate any crime. And so for anyone to say that 68 women were raped in Olkalau by police officers and that it has not been investigated and that they have not reported to any police station, that is really serious. And for him to go further now to perpetuate his lie that those 68 women were treated in private hospitals and released to go home, I would like to ask all those private doctors in private hospitals who purportedly treated 68 people to report all those cases to DCI and to the necessary institutions, if not DCI, to IPOA, if not IPOA, to Kenya National Human Rights Commission, so that we can take any person who has committed any crime to task. And if not, those who are making those reckless statements must be held into account, not just by the police, but by the people of Kenya. Not just by people of Kenya, by media houses. It is shameless that media houses can sit there knowing that somebody has lied, using our women and our daughters and our sisters to do cheap politics. And the media houses just allow them to go scot-free and report happily about things that we know that it is absolute lie. I want to say that we respect the DCI's office and we believe that he is doing the job that he is supposed to do. Let me also finally say that there is nothing I have had, no, that's second last statement. I have had the same reckless people say that they are receiving intelligence from the police and NIS, and they are more briefed than the president because he says that he's idle, so he's able to get briefed. First, let me say this. There is nothing secret about policing. Everything that the National Police Service does, it's done in the open, whether investigations, whether it is transfer of officers, whether it's disciplinary process. So there is nothing private or secret that someone can go out there and say, I receive intelligence or I receive private. Everything we do is open and it's for the people of Kenya, including criminals and wayward people and impeached people. All of them deserve to be treated and served by people of Kenya openly. So there is don't drive a wedge between police officers and from one community to the other just to appear to be receiving clandestine information. There is nothing clandestine. Everything we do it openly, and every Kenyan deserves to know what is being done in Kenya and being done openly. The question of goons, which has become a subject, I must assure the people of Kenya that this issue of goons and goonism is not as bad as being exaggerated. It's actually hyped around politics and politicians. And all these politicians have had bouncers, bodyguards, so-called bodyguards in quotes, that have from time to time get converted to goons. In 2024, yes, when the protest happened, we know that very well that some politicians, including the impeached deputy president, who actually grounds of impeachment was the utilization of those goons to cause violence, including invasion of parliament. Those mobilized people to go and invade parliament. And parliament was attempted burning of parliament, attack of people businesses. At that point in time, bishops, whom I have seen them speak yesterday and the day before, came out in public. They took those attackers, some of the goons, to their churches, paraded them, and they said, we want to protect our children. That time, when the National Police Service took action, remember that in that period of time, 2024 and 2025, over 3,000 goons, the protests of 2024 and 2025, over 3,000 goons were arrested. What happened? The courts released them with a paltry sum of 2,000. Some were personal bond, some were 200 shillings, 500 shillings, and so forth. Now I'm happy that the bishops have come, they have turned around. They want goons to be dealt with. And I'm happy, bishops, that you are now not defending them as your children. So, Bwana IG, the fear the police had that if they deal with these criminals, they don't have public support, is now behind us. Deal with these goons ruthlessly, because now we have public support from all quarters, including the religious sector that were shielding these goons in churches and calling them our children. I'm happy that there is a national consensus that this issue of goons must be dealt with. And the way it has been dealt with in Busia now, things are calm. Kitale was dealt with ruthlessly. Things are now better. The ones that were operating in, the ones that banned courts in Kikuyu, in Nyeri, supermarkets in Nyeri, in Meru, I'm happy that we arrested and charged them. We arrested a member of parliament of DCP that time and charged him for terrorism. All these people came public and said, oh yeah, we are harassing members of parliament. Don't forget that we have been taking action. Don't lie that we have not been taking action. It is you who have been politicizing. We now want to have a national consensus with politicians that, regardless of your political side, when we deal with goons, don't come out and say that I'm a member of this political party, I'm of government, or so forth. The Inspector General of Police is properly directed from a policy perspective to ensure that all these people are dealt with ruthlessly to ensure that this country is safe. DCI officers who are sitting here, you know your job. Please do your job. Do your job. Protect our country from all these criminals. You now have the technology. We are supporting you. We want to buy more equipment. It is your duty now to make our country safe by dealing with these criminals and deal with them ruthlessly. Lastly, I will shield this National Police Service from persons who want to divide it, to call police officers, to call the IG because he comes from a particular community, to appeal to him that he must do things to support community interest. This is National Police Service. The idea of profiling the IG based on his ethnic background and trying or attempting to divide police service based on ethnic loyalties, I want to tell you that that will not be condoned. The National Police Service treats every police officer as a police officer who is a patriot serving their country. We do not walk in here and try to establish the ethnic composition of our police service. Those shares politics that were being perpetuated out there should not be brought to the National Police Service. And I want to request lastly, the NCIC to take their mandate very seriously. This idea of profiling citizens as wasaliti is going to give birth to something else. I saw now last night that the guy was giving excuses about Al-Kalau, that young people will protect their vote, that they will beat police officers. That is not all that, and I know Mr. Gashako well. I have worked with him, I know him very well. He's a coward, but he's also dangerous. Yeah? If you saw the statements he was making, that all the people will protect their vote, the youth will come to police station, they will beat police officers, they did so in Volcalau, that is not an empty statement. What he is trying to do, he wants to recruit a militia before the elections, so that we will have a parallel system of militias that are purportedly protecting the vote. But the truth is that he wants to use criminals to attack people who he believes are wasaliti and who do not stand in his political side. We must not allow that. And we will not allow. And I want to tell young people who are going to be recruited to that direction, in no uncertain terms, do not attempt. It will be very difficult for you to operate in Kenya as a militia, trying to pretend to be a vote protector. We will come for you and we will come for you ruthlessly. And to Mr. Kashako, I want you to see me on my face. You know me. That's why you are panicking around and you are mentioning my name 388 times. Try your jokes and you will see. Thank you very much. Thank you, IG. Wish you well. God bless you. Asanteni sana. Maybe to media, now that you didn't saw it here. Asanteni sana. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I request, sir, that we get seated? There's still one or two more things to do. I want, first of all, to really appreciate our chief guests. Sir, we feel energized, we feel motivated, and that is not the way to appreciate. I think it's something I learned recently. Let's appreciate now. Let's stand up. Let's appreciate the CS with those insightful words of encouragement, especially to us, the law enforcement officers. We're going to do 5 factorial, and I think we know how to go about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then, okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you. Get seated. CSR, we still have one or two more things to do so that we can kindly release you. We will appreciate if you launch officially the MB system, and just by a mere statement, you officially launch the system so that now we can officially begin to utilize it. The young man? Yeah, just a mic, give him the mic. And then colleagues and members who are here will upload and relate and all that to mark the launch.
It is now my greatest privilege, honor, duty to officially launch the MBIS system.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's official launch.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good. One more thing. In front of us, to cap it all, is a cake. And I know most of us have been salivating, wanting to taste it. And this is the moment. So, sir, I will ask the cake matron very quickly to come and take us through the next process. Very quickly. Take the shortest time possible.
Our chief guest, CS Interior, Mr. Honorable Murkomen Kipchumba, sir. I would like to ride on the protocol so far established. My name is Miriam Musioka, a Superintendent of Police and the Deputy Head of Forensic Biology Section, and I'm assisted by another officer.
Mgeni wetu wa heshima, waziri wetu wa usalama wa ndani, Bwana Kipchumba Murkomen, Bwana IG, Inspector General Mr. Douglas Kanja, mkurugenzi wa upelelezi wa jinai, Bwana Mohamed Amin, naibu wa Inspector General, Bwana Masengeli, wageni wetu nikizingatia itikadi zote zilizowekwa. Kwa majina naitwa Inspector Regina Chepkoechto, mtaalamu katika mahabara haya kuu ya polisi kama mkaguzi na msajili kupitia vidole. Karibuni.